Hey guys, how's it going? How's it going tonight? Good timing. Hey, it's not often I hear that. Every time I go live, people are saying, "What are you doing live at this time?" So I'll take a good timing. I will take it. That's about as good as I'm gonna get these days. Sleepy? Yeah, I am actually. Not gonna lie, but decided to go live to just answer some of your guys' questions about this because I know that there will be many. Since I put out the tweet to announce this, I have been pretty much just working on, putting together a list of teams who are applying so I can, take a look at who we're going to accept into the qualifiers. Somebody just said, I hope Sandrock's in it. It was Blue Pancakes. He says, I hope Sandrock's in it. Well, you'll be very glad to know then, if we go to my Twitter. Sandrock Gaming are in fact accepted already. There it is. Confirmed. I think were they the third team? Like Gibbs, man. What a guy. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. Okay, yeah, that's actually a good question. Slint. A lot of people have been asking this question actually. Why no crew battles as the main event? Because when the qualifier, when people read through the website, they see the qualifier format first and they're like, what was sick? Yeah, I love it. Wow, this is cool. Then they scroll down and they're like, tournament format. Oh, what? I like the qualifier format. What happened to that? Why didn't you just keep using it? But the reason why we used this qualifier format is actually, there's two reasons. Number one, the real tournament that we wanted to do was the tournament format that we have. This was always the goal, to have 3 tournaments all playing into one overall score. So you've got 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 all combining to one leaderboard. That was always the goal. Now, unless you do that by invite, the only way to have a qualifier for all those tournaments or for all those brackets is crew battles, because you've got 3 brackets there, 1s, 2s, and 3s. And how do you end up with the same teams in every bracket unless you only do one qualifier? And what would be a fair way to qualify for 3 separate brackets of 3 different game modes than a qualifier format that includes all 3 of those game modes? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense, Slint? I imagine if it makes sense to you, then it probably makes sense to most of the people who have been asking. But yeah, the reason for switching the format is because the tournament format this is the one that we wanted to reach to, or we wanted to get to. And the only way to have qualifiers for this format is crew battles. At least the only one that I could come up with. So that's why we went with crew battles for the qualifier. But it should make sense. Teams with well-rounded compositions are going to get in. It's a bit confusing, not going to lie. It is a bit confusing. I mean, there's a lot going on here, but that's why I went live to answer questions about it. If I announced just a vanilla 3v3 tournament, I wouldn't really have to do this. I wouldn't have to answer questions about it because everybody understands how that works. This format is, definitely pretty out there. Did Khaled just get kicked from SRG? No, he didn't. This is Khaled's Twitter. That's his Twitter, so don't worry. Senzo tweeted out he's playing with Khaled, Ahmad, and this is their substitute Fahad. So don't worry, if you're an SRG fan, it's fine. They're there. First of its kind, so it's going to have a ton of issues, haha. Hey, maybe not, we'll see. Any age restriction? No age restriction, no. I don't know. I don't know about issues, we'll see, I don't know. That's confusing. I mean, I guess, yeah, but... There you go. I'll put the qualifiers format on the screen just in case someone hasn't seen it already. This is just a crew battles qualifier. So teams that are good at... Basically, teams that are good at more than one game mode will have a good chance of qualifying. Rose, thanks for 100 bits. First time watching. How are you going to choose the teams that are going to participate? Your champ too. Based on merit. So if I mean, I'll just be completely transparent with you guys. If I go to my notifications and I see a tweet at me with the hashtag FusionRL, for somebody, if anybody's wondering why I'm saying this is why. It's because you apply to the tournament by tweeting at me your lineup and your region with the hashtag FusionRL. Now, if I go to my Twitter and I see someone tweeting at me with 3 no avatar, no follower Twitter accounts as their team, and I haven't heard of any, the names don't ring a bell, and I don't know anything about these players, then that's probably not going to be accepted. Also, if you sign up and say, hey, my team, this is my team, we're all 1400 rating, like Champ 2, like you said, that's not going to be accepted either. The reason for a closed qualifier, the reason why I wanted to keep this qualifier closed, is because I don't think that the top teams deserve to have to slog their way through a massive open qualifier. They've earned the right to get into a closed qualifier based on name value. Is the open qualifier just normal 3v3? No, Turbo, the open qualifier is or the closed qualifier, sorry. It's not an open qualifier. An open qualifier means anyone can get in, basically.
Hey Johnny, is it just going to be you casting, or are you going to get in some support?
I am going to get in some other casters. I've had a couple of people offering up their services, but the casters are already confirmed. So there's no point offering to cast a tournament if you're thinking about doing that. Are you even going to keep track of them following the rules? Well, it's pretty. The rules aren't actually that confusing. It's quite simple, really, for the qualifiers format. So, yeah, there will be 32 teams in the European qualifier, 32 teams in the North American qualifier. They'll all most likely be known players, so everybody, there's going to be very few, like, I'm sure there will be the occasional player here or there that someone like Turbo wouldn't have heard of, because he's just on another level when it comes to, like, ego, right? Nah, I'm joking. But you know what I mean. There'll definitely be a few names in there that you might be new to. But it'll also be known players, obviously, playing in the qualifier. But it's just double elimination best of 5 Turbo. So game 1 of the series is a 3v3. So
this doesn't
both
seem
teams
right.
put out
sure it
3 players
been
each.
15 months.
Game 2 is 2v2, so both teams put out 2 players each. And game 3 is 1v1, so both players put out 1 player each. And then at that point, you've either got yourself a sweep, which would mean the series over, or you've got yourself a 2-1 in favor of one of the teams. In which case, the team with the 1, they pick the matchup for game 4. So they would just type in the chat between game 3 and 4, whichever matchup they prefer. Maybe they prefer 1v1, they choose that. Now, if they lose that, then the series obviously is over. But if they win, you go to game 5 and the other team gets to choose. Maybe they choose 2v2 and they win the series. The problem is I'm personally more interested in crew battles in 3 separate brackets. Are you though? Are you really? How do you know? Nobody's ever done this before. How do you know how interested you are? I've seen a few comments like this on Reddit and on Twitter. People saying that they're more interested in this than the actual tournament itself. I don't think that anyone even knows. I don't even know. I don't know how interesting and entertaining this is going to be. It's kind of an experiment. It's kind of an experiment, guys. I don't know how people are so confident in knowing which one they're going to prefer when they've never seen either of them before in a tournament format for Rocket League. I mean, we have seen crew battles, but not like this with no limitations. So yeah, Turbo, since you were asking, yeah, that's the format for the qualifier. Double elimination, but the game mode will change throughout the series. It doesn't have to change game to game. Like, for example, if after game 3, let's say that Team A wins game 1 and 2, so they won the 3v3 and the 2v2, then Team B wins the 1v1 in game 3, then Team B picks 1v1 again and they win. Now, you could be a huge, mega, like, baller team, and pick 1v1 even though you've just lost it twice in a row, and then win the 1v1 in game 5. So there's no restrictions to that. You can choose any of the matchups, no matter how many times it's been picked before. And also, there's no restrictions of who plays what. So if you've got an all-star player in your team who wants to play, and you want your all-star player to play the 3v3, the 2v2, and the 1v1, that's fine. But if you want to make, 2 of your players play 2v2 and the other one plays 1v1, that's fine. If you want, game 3 to throw out someone for the 1v1, then they get clapped and the other team pick 1v1 again, you can choose another player for the 1v1 the next time around. It's very flexible, but it's quite easy to the rules are very, very, I guess, expected, You're not allowed to switch players between, like, when a goal goes in and then switch a player after a goal. Like, unless somebody's, completely disconnected, then you have to stick with what you've gone for a game. Not sure if you'll participate. Yeah, I was wondering actually. Like, there's a lot of teams, a lot of RLCS teams, who don't really have a 1v1 player. But it is possible to get a 4th player in the roster in this format. With teams, you're allowed to sign up with 3 or 4 players, and it's not just a substitute in case of emergencies. You can have 4 players in your roster and then just throw out any 3 of those 4 for the 3v3, any 2 of those 4 for the 2v2, and any 1 of those 4 for the 1v1. You don't have to play with like 3v3 mains who don't have a clue how to play ones. Yeah, Turbo, who you gonna sign up? Sign up a young 1v1 god as the 4th. It's actually a good idea. It's actually a good idea. Best player Farkian for the 1v1. There you go. Genius. Absolute genius. Hey, Shagra, thanks for gifting Turbo Pulse's 5-month resub, by the way. That's that's interesting. I didn't know Turbo had 5-month resub. Must have all been gifts, surely. I don't know. Turbo, did you ever sub to me on purpose? I would be surprised. Who's hosting? I'm streaming the tournament on this channel, my channel, and it'll be uploaded to my YouTube channel. So it's all going to be here. There is actually a second YouTube channel though. It's linked at the bottom here. More videos. Let's see if that channel's working. It is. There we go. Fusion 100. Oh my goodness. We had 0 subscribers today. Now we're at 160. We're killing the game. Absolutely killing the game. But yeah, the reason there's a second channel is because I'm not going to be able to upload all the videos to my main channel because there's too many. So we're going to put some of them in the second channel. You mean the money? Oh, and Civic is the one who's putting up the prize pool for this. It was his idea to do this tournament. He came to me with this idea to run like a 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 combined tournament. And I thought, that's interesting. I kind of like that. I think we can make that work. So we came up with this format for it. Hey Toasty, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing? J.17, thanks for the 15-month prime. Welcome back. Pretty sure it hasn't been 15 months. What is it? Do you mean time has flown, or has it been dragging on? Which one is it? Adamite2k, thanks for the brand new prime. Welcome to the stream, mate. Dustinja16, thanks for the year of prime. Welcome back. Do I want Sunless Can or Musty to reach 1 million subs first? I don't really mind, to be honest. It would be kind of funny if someone else just came out of nowhere and beat them both. That would be I guess that would be the only interesting ending to that. Hey, Dad Sandman, thanks for the 2-month tier 1. It's John Sandman's dad, everybody. How are you doing, Dad Sandman? Hope you're having a great night. Or day. What time is it in West Coast right now? I suppose it's like evening-ish, right? It's early hours in the morning over here. Ghosty Killers, thanks for the brand new prime. Welcome to the stream, buddy. But yeah, if you get any questions about the tournament, just ask them in chat right now. Remember to @JohnnyBoy me if you want me to see the message highlighted in red. It's dinner time here. Okay. Enjoy your dinner. Am I streaming each and every game of the qualifiers? Absolutely not. No, I will not be streaming each and every game of the qualifiers because there's going to be about, I think, over 50 of them. if I'm not mistaken. I think there's 52 qualifier matchups. Why so many days? It's a good question, Turbo. So the tournament itself for North America is May 25th till 31st daily. So the way that it will work is, well, May 25th is a Monday. So on the Monday, there will be, first of all, a 3v3 series, just one match from the 3v3 bracket at 12 p.m. or midday Pacific, which is 3 o'clock Eastern. Then immediately after that, there will be one series from the 2v2 bracket, and then after that, there will be one series from the 1v1 bracket, and that'll be it for the day. 3 series and done. So, as I'm sure a lot of you can figure out in your heads, there are 7 matches in a single elimination 8-team bracket. And yeah, 7 matches per bracket, 3 brackets, 7 days. There you go, you've got 3 matches a day.
Do you plan on being the only caster?
No, Epilon, I'm not going to be the only caster for the tournament. There'll be a caster announcement later this week. But yeah, I'm bringing in other casters for this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Will this stream be uploaded to YouTube? Probably not this stream, no. Will Epic Toasty be casting? No, I don't think people are ready for that. I don't think the community's ready. Do I think Martzi is better than Musty? I honestly have no idea, my friend. I don't know. I mean, last time, when they played in my charity tournament last year, I think Martzi played better, but I don't know currently who's better. Who do I see as the favourite in North America? G2 has been on tops, but not sure who plays ones for them. It really just depends, which team can put together the best roster. I mean, the teams that already have a really strong 1s, 2s, and 3s, strong 1s, 2s, and 3s options in NA. I think Space Station Gaming do. Arsenal plays 1s, so they're probably going to be. They're probably going to be solid 1s, 2s. Typicals like rank 1, 2s.
Keep
very
it up,
often.
proud of you. 7.
7. I love the little 7 at the end there. Sneaky. Yeah, Space Station Gaming would be one of my picks for that. I think Ghost, if they were to sign up. Oh, wait, no, they're not Ghost anymore. What are they called now? They were Ghost like 2 team names ago. I've totally blanked on them, but you know what I mean. Envy, that's the one. Yeah, Envy, if I think they could be good. I think Atomic has 1v1 potential if they signed up or if they played. Rogue they're made for this. I mean, Rogue already won a crew battle on my channel, so I mean, if they sign up, they'd probably be one of the favorites for this. Is there somewhere you can see the teams who have registered? Well, if you go to my Twitter, you can see I'll tweet out every time a team is accepted to a qualifier. I'll tweet out accepted with a handshake. So far the teams that have been accepted are Magic Bear, Jordan, and Percy with Creams as a sub. They're an RLCS team who just promoted. Charlotte Phoenix are in. That's Karma Shadow Wonder Mike. Pretty interesting that both these teams actually have players who have done well on my channel in 1s in the past in Wonder Mike and Magic Bear.
Greetings, Johnny Boy from the rainy state of Oregon. Appreciate you, my dude, and all of the content.
Oh, thanks, Brian. Lion Blaze, Jacob, and Demo, 72 PC, they just, obviously qualified for Spring Series alongside Charlotte. So both, all 3 of these teams are doing quite well in 3s right now. And they've got Lion Blaze, 1v1 beast, so they're going to be pretty solid. Clappers are in, so Archie, Calix, Joria has just played really well in the Spring Series this weekend, and of course Joria is one of the best 1v1 players in the world, so they look pretty well rounded. SRG, obviously one of the favorites. Yeah, Gibbs' team, naturally. This is a joke, by the way. This is a joke. Gibbs being on the Vitality roster, as far as I know, it's a joke. Solary, Carrion, Exotic, and Melashisu. I don't know out of those 3. Oh wait, they've written it down actually for me. So a few teams have been doing this actually. A few people have been signing up and doing this, saying what their 3v3 lineup, their 2v2 lineup, and their 1v1 lineup is going to be. You don't have to do that, but you can if you want to. You don't have to. I mean, let's say Exotic starts doing really badly in 1v1. Maybe they want to sub him out, or maybe they want to try a different 2v2 lineup. I don't know, but there's no You don't. It's not locked basically, so you don't have to do this. But it's interesting. Exotic is a 1v1 player, and then yeah, SSG. They were the first team to get accepted. They signed up really fast actually. Chrome was really hot out of the gate with that one. Will donos increase the prize pool? No, donations will not increase the prize pool. The prize pool is just capped and locked at 50 grand. Are we going to watch anyone play RL? What, today? I think we're just going to talk about Fusion today. I think we're just going to do that because I'm quite tired. I don't think I can get into a cast right now. Any chance OCE teams could join NA? Hey, if any OCE teams want to join NA, I'm not going to stop them. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Yeah. I don't know if they can even get good ping at all. On the West server, I think it's like 180 or something. No, I don't think OCE teams are going to sign up. Is there any chance of a sort of no-name team being accepted into qualifiers? Have you thought of having, say, 4 spots in close quals coming from an open qual, sort of wildcard teams? No, I don't really want to do that. I think that for this kind of tournament, there's enough like question marks and enough unknown quantities as is. I kind of want to keep everything else, you know, team-related to be known quantities. Would you be forced to play 1v1? Would a no-show result in forfeit in a game mode or the complete tourney? I mean, a no-show, we'll have to think about that. But you know, if a team doesn't show up, yeah, they forfeit. Off the top of my head, I can't see any other solution there. Have you heard of Daniel RL? He's a 13-year-old top 10 player. Would it be possible to have him play a show match? Maybe one day, man. Would F2 be able to wax a few cars in the tourney? I don't see why not. Yeah, is Leth allowed to play for Maz? Yeah, sure. If they signed him up, I mean, I don't really want to have EU teams signing up for the NA version or for the NA tournament and NA teams signing up for the EU tournament. I doubt that that's going to be something teams want to do in the first place. But in Leth's case, obviously he is already in the team, so as a coach, so it kind of makes sense, I suppose. Do we list the team's Twitters, or is it name tags in RL good enough? I mean, I prefer Twitters. If like, think of it like this, guys. Okay, so if you want your team to be accepted to the tournament, and you're not an RLCS team, you're not an RLRS team, you're not even a bubble team, then the more like reasons for me to think that you deserve a spot, the better. And if you link your Twitter, which has a link in, yeah, and your Twitter bio has a link to your Wikipedia page with your past accomplishments in Rocket League, or like something like that. Basically, yeah, the more the easier it is for me and the rest of the people in charge of choosing who gets accepted to the qualifier. The more stuff you give us to work with, the better your chances are going to be. But don't be fooled, guys. Like, if you're champ 2, you're not going to get accepted. Even if you're low grand champ, you're not going to get accepted most likely. You need to be like extremely high grand champ, like, you know, very high ranked in the 6-man's discords. You know, contain players that have done well on my stream in the past, have done well in other Rocket League tournaments in the past, have you know, succeeded. Basically, it's going to be players who already are known quantities for the most part. Will there be a grand final between NA and EU? You never know, but there's no plans to make one. Will substitutions be allowed in ones? Yes, mid-series substitutions are allowed, but not mid-game substitutions. So you can't like lose a kickoff then say no, I don't want to play, and then like, sub someone in. But if you lose a game in a series, or even if you win a game, you can sub someone out. Like mid-series substitutions are allowed. Cam Miller time, thanks for the 7-month Prime, man. I really appreciate that. Co-side, thanks to 20-month Prime, sorry. Loved you casting the spring series, thanks, man. Try my best. Mr. Tort, thanks for the 3-month Prime, welcome back to you. And we've got Dank Sauce and Ghosty Killers with the brand new Primes. Welcome, guys. Alphabet Spaghetti, sorry if you've already gone, I hope, well, I mean, he wouldn't hear me if if he has. He says definitely bedtime for me. Alright, good night, man. What's Fusion? It's a 50 grand Rocket League tournament, but I'm gonna like, okay, guys, if you got any other questions I haven't answered in chat, now's the time to write them before I read Reddit questions. Because I've got the Reddit thread open here, so I can read questions on Reddit as well. Just so we don't leave any stones unturned.
So it's separate brackets, not just one?
Correct. The final tournament will have 3 separate brackets. A 3v3 bracket, a 2v2 bracket, and a 1v1 bracket. All the teams that qualify, all 8 teams that qualify from the North American qualifier, will have a spot in all 8 brackets. Now, the seeding for those brackets will be independent. So we're not going to have like a global first seed that's first seed in all of those brackets. If one of the teams that qualifies did so by losing every single 1v1 and looking shocking in that game mode in particular, they just got carried by their 2s and 3s, they're probably going to be the last seed in the 1v1 bracket. But they might be really high seed in the 3s and 2s one, for example. So yeah, the seeding will be independent for all the brackets. But all the teams in the brackets will be the same teams. So the same 8 teams will be in the 1s, 2s, and 3s brackets. And yeah, points will be distributed to them depending on how well they do in each of them. How did I get the tournament accepted by Psyonix? I mean, I've worked with Psyonix a lot in the past on various things, obviously. So in Civic and myself did the European Invitational earlier this year, which also had to be approved. But yeah, it's mainly, I guess, you know, in Civic, basically. He's a beast, and he deserves all the credit. Do you have access to admin mode for the tournament? I'm going to ask for it, yeah. I don't have it yet, no. But then there's 3 winners, or how do you join the brackets? No, you don't join the brackets. There are 3 winners. Okay, so guys, this is the tournament format. I'll just read it out to you, so you don't have to read it yourself. The main events, that's the NA and EU tournaments, will each contain a 3v3 bracket, a 2v2 bracket, and a 1v1 bracket. That's all. That's quite easy to follow. All qualified teams, that's all 8 of the teams that qualify to each region, they will participate in all 3 of the brackets. So this is what I just explained moments ago. These brackets will be single elim, and every series will be best of 7. Again, pretty straightforward so far. Teams may field any combination of players from their lineup for each game. That's right. Every game, any combination can be fielded. There's no restrictions in that regard. Now, this is where the part where it might get confusing. Everything else is quite straightforward. But teams will be awarded points based on the final standings of the 3v3, 2v2, and 1v1 brackets. And these points will determine the overall tournament standings. So there's going to be like a league table, essentially, for all the teams to try and get as many points in as they can. Now, if you win any of the brackets, you get 17 points. If you come second in any of the brackets, you get 11 points. And if you come third or fourth in any of the brackets, you get 7 points. That's basically if you lose a semi-final, you get 7. If you lose the final, you get 11. If you win the final, you get 17. You get nothing if you just lose straight away in any of the brackets. So, yeah, this is where most of the money will be split between, based on these points. The reason that these numbers have been chosen is because it's impossible to have a tie with these numbers unless 2 teams get exactly the same like finishing placements in opposite tournaments. For example, if one team comes first in the 1v1 tournament and second in the 2v2 tournament and they don't podium in the other one, they're going to have 28 points. Now, if another team comes second in the 1v1 and first in the 2v2 and don't finish in the 3v3, they're also going to have 28 points. But outside of teams getting exactly the same results, but opposite, you know what I mean? There's no possible ties. Yeah, every team plays in every bracket, correct. That's why it's a crew battle qualifier, because we need the same teams in every bracket for this to work. If we just ran 3 separate tournaments, we might get completely different teams in all the brackets, and then there's no connection, you know? Civic put the 50k by himself, indeed, my friend. Who's going to be casting? There will be a caster announcement later this week. But yeah, Fandango89, thanks to the 6-month Prime, it is 3 separate brackets, not just 1. Now, the prize pool breakdown, the winner of each, well, the winning team for each bracket will get $1,500. So if you win the 1v1, your team gets 1,500. If you come second in the 1v1, your team gets 1,000. If you come third or fourth in the 1v1, your team gets 500. Same for 2v2 and 3v3. It's just a flat, similar. It's the same in all three of those. And I believe this amounts to $10,500 altogether, being distributed according to placement in the individual brackets. Now the other $14,500 is going to be distributed based on the overall standings. So the team who get the most points overall between all three of the bracket placements will get $4,500. The team who comes second overall will get 3,000. So you know, if you win everything, you're going to get $9,000 basically. If you win all three of the brackets, and you're obviously going to place first overall, if you do that, you're going to get $9,000. So the closed qualifier is it. There's no final bracket. What do you mean? The closed qualifier is it? Did you listen to anything that I said? I didn't say that at all. Is it all broadcasted on my Twitch? Well, the main tournament, yes. The qualifier will be on my channel, but there will also be other qualifier matches streamed by the other casters for the tournament on their channels. But yeah, the tournament itself will all be streamed on my channel right here. Is there a page for the tournament on Wikipedia? I think it's being made right now, so it might not be available yet, but it is being made. And teams don't have to use all three in 2v2 and 1v1. Fairy could play 2v2 and 1v1, and then Alpha could only play in 3v3. Yes, this is true. You can have one player play in both the 2v2 and the 1v1. Likewise, you can have one player not play in both of them. Malungan Joe, thanks to the 200 bits. What ones players are up for grabs, and what yes would benefit from getting one? What yes? What teams would benefit from getting one? Maybe is that what you meant to say? I would say, I mean, NRG are probably a team who would need a 1v1 player. G2 maybe, but that's more of a maybe, because I have seen JNaps do well in 1v1 in the past, and yeah, just JNaps, I guess. No idea if he's played ones recently at all, though. Let's think. Okay, EU. Would any teams need a 1v1 player? Maybe Mouse. There's not too many, actually. Vitality, definitely. Vitality, you know, they'd be fine. Like Alpha and Fairy, they all suck at once. Alpha and Fairy are both really good at 1v1, of course. Khaled is laughing. Yeah, Khaled #1 in every game mode. Having a great time with this. Is this going to be linked from the Rocket League main menu? I don't know, man. That would be pretty cool. Zenina Polin. Sorry if I said that completely wrong, which I probably have. Thanks for the Prime sub, though. And with Jihad. Thanks for the brand new Prime as well. I have no idea how to say these names. You guys are subbing to really difficult to pronounce names, but I appreciate you. Speed is good at once. Yeah, Speed's definitely somewhat good. You could get back up there for sure. But yeah, I think I've answered most of Twitch chat's questions. Let's see what people are saying in the Reddit thread. Because I think there will probably be some repeated questions I've already answered. Let's see if we can find anything. The region thing is something I'm surprised not many people have been asking about, but yeah, I guess it's just self-explanatory. Did I see that Khaled and Jorius had another show match? I heard that they played on someone else's channel. I don't know where that. I didn't see it. I don't know who hosted that, but Jorius won, didn't he? You won't be allowing 4v4. No, we're not going to be allowing 4v4. In Civic 2, absolutely. 4-2 Jarias. Maybe that's just Khaled's boogeyman right there. Yeah, major props to Civic. I agree. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Gibbs with it. Yes, I agree. See, a lot of people like the format. Some people don't like it as much. So yeah, this guy says, wait, so the actual tournament isn't a crew battle tournament. 3 separate tournament brackets which give teams points, and whoever has the most points from 3 brackets is the winner. Only a qualifier uses the crew battle format. This is correct. Is this a tournament? Is this tournament why you did crew battles a week ago? It is indeed. I was testing. Yes. Well, 1v1 videos slow down while this tournament is happening. Yeah, well, I'll be uploading all the 1v1 matches from this tournament. Excuse me, I'm tired today. I'm gonna be uploading all the 1v1 matches from this tournament to my YouTube channel, my main one, and then the 2s and 3s matches are gonna go on a second channel. G2 Mile incoming. No one in G2 really likes 1s, and Mile is bonkers. Yeah, this would be really interesting to see. I'm sure that at least one team is going to do this, and I don't say that because it's already happened behind the scenes. I actually don't know of any team that have done this yet, but I would be so surprised if this doesn't happen. Hello, Lucky Husky. Is rigged. Obviously, F2 is going to win. You're not wrong. Yeah, SRG are already in. Yeah, NRG and G2 keep coming up. I wonder how this is going to go for NRG. Well, Turbo was in the chat a while ago. He says they haven't decided if they're going to play yet. I think they just have to figure out if they're going to pick up a 1v1 player. I guess that's what they're thinking. They're deciding. And if they are, who would they choose? Justin is good in 1s? I don't know. Probably. Don't know if he plays it though. G2 Farky incoming. Yeah, it's funny. Everybody's like theory crafting different combinations of players. Because I bet the conversation goes like this with a lot of RLCS teams. Hey guys, do we want to play this tournament? Well, I don't want to play the 1v1. Then someone else is like, I don't want to play the 1v1 either. And then someone else says, I don't want to play the 1v1. Okay, right. We have to find a 1v1 player. Wait, Turbo says, I beat Garrett, Garrett beats Justin, Justin beats you in 1v1, you all suck at once. As in, like, so do you guys play, like, in-house 1v1 sometimes? You all beat each other. That's interesting. Turbo beats Garrett, Garrett beats Justin, and Justin beats Turbo. The rock, paper, scissors. Mouse gonna put left and right. Man, you guys actually all had the same content as Reddit in Twitch chat today. Tournament is built for Rogue. Yeah, I definitely could see that.
3333.
Thank you, hippies, for the 19-month prime and the 3s. Bichidi man. Sorry if I said this wrong. Thanks 100 bits. He says, joining my GF is a legit Bronze Division 1. I don't know if anyone would want to see it, but she's willing to play on stream. Maybe another time, man. That does sound like a good prospect. Yeah, and Civic wanted the whole prize pool. Correct. It's his tournament. It's his idea. I'm just running it. I'm like doing the logistics and stuff and the broadcasting because that's my area of expertise. Oh, somebody started trying to keep the notable teams list to sign up. Vitality gives us 4th. Yeah, it could be a joke. I mean, I took it as a joke. Listen, Vitality, if you're listening, and that was your legitimate application, then it went over my head. I thought it was a joke. So you're going to have to apply again. Or inform me that it was legitimate, because I thought it was a joke. I still do. Yeah, SSG, Sillery, Clapper, Charlotte Phoenix, 72 PC, they're all accepted. I don't think any of these teams have been accepted yet, but definitely all pretty noteworthy teams. CJ versus King Card is on the cards. I guess it technically is. It hasn't been ruled out yet. Neither of them have signed up. That'd be quite funny. Hey, but Chinaman as well with the Prime. Welcome to the stream, man. I appreciate that. Okay, here's someone who doesn't like it. Not personally overjoyed with the format. It's just not my thing. I prefer a standard 3v3 with regular teams. Or a straight ones tournament. I also don't understand why the format of the main event is not the one of the qualifiers. This is the main question. This is the main question I've been seeing, and I've answered this already on stream. But for anyone who missed it, the qualifier format is the only way that I could think of fairly and effectively getting the same 8 teams in 3 separate brackets. Like we have. Because we wanted to do a 1v1 tournament, a 3v3 tournament, and a 2v2 tournament all connected with the same teams in all the brackets. So we could see who, goes far in all the brackets, who bombs out early in all of them, who does well in one, badly in another. Who can do well. It's all best of 7 single elim. No double nonsense in the final tournament. Double elim for the qualifier, but it's not double all the way to the very end. Only until 8 teams qualify. Can the team's players all 4 players... Wait. Can the team's players all 4 players? Or is the sub only if other player has an issued? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. But I think what you probably meant to say is... Can all 4 of a team's players play regardless of disconnections and lag? The answer to that question is yes. In the best of 7 1v1 bracket for the actual tournament, for example, let's say that you had Vitality versus SRG, and SRG, well, for starters, it would be very unlikely that would be a round 1 match, with them likely being high seeds, but yeah. SRG send out Khaled and Vitality send out Alpha. Khaled beats Alpha. Vitality send out Fairy Peak for the next game. He beats Fairy Peak as well. Vitality send out K-Dub. Khaled beats K-Dub. Vitality send out Gibbs. Khaled beats Gibbs. So in theory, you could have a complete team sweep. It could happen. But that's not also a necessity. A losing team doesn't have to change their player. They could just send out the same player again. But it's up to them. If they want to keep sending the same player, they can. If they don't want to, they can send out someone else. Likewise, if a team win with 1 player, then they think, man, we're so confident we're gonna, let's say again, SRG are a good example. What if Khaled and Ahmad are both so confident that they're we're gonna use Khaled game 1, Ahmad game 2, Khaled game 3, Ahmad game 4. We're just gonna win every game. Doesn't matter who we put out. They're allowed to do that as well. Teams are allowed to send out whoever they want for every game. Yeah, mid-series substitutions allowed. Jack Soccer 27, thanks for the 19 months prime. Welcome back, mate. Also, Booty Monster 23, thanks for the 4-month prime. Very kind of you, man. What is a Fusion AMA? Well, Fusion is a tournament, and AMA is Ask Me Anything. Yeah, I don't know how to read this. If you're watching, you like 3v3, you like 1v1. Do you like 2v2 as well? I mean, this sounds like a tournament for you, to be honest. Will there be in-game titles? I don't have any confirmation in-game titles, I'm afraid. But I don't think so. You only like 4s. There will be no 4s. I think the main... this guy's nailed it. This guy, extremely high IQ. I think the main reason they have 4 players is so RLCS teams without a 1s main can pick up a 1v1 player just for that game mode. He's a genius. That is exactly why we made that rule. Because I didn't want teams to feel like they can't compete. You know, it's a lot of money. It's a cool tournament. You know, format, brand new idea. But obviously, teams who don't have a 1v1 player might think, what's the point? We're not gonna make it very far. But now they have the option, at least, to grab a 1v1 player if they want to. The option is there. Also gives teams a little bit more flexibility as well. A little bit more flexibility. Sometimes 2v2 is a game mode that you know, people just aren't very good at. Like, you might have a team of players who are all, you know, pretty good at 2v2, but none of them are good at 2v2 together. So maybe they're going to bring in someone who's good at 2v2 with one of their team players. You know what I mean? No, the team that is losing cannot pick 4v4. So many people want to see 4v4. You can't choose 4v4, guys. It's 1s, 2s, and 3s. Can we have two teams in the same clan? Like, if we have one team... Wait, hold on. Like, we have one team is ready for 1v1 and 2v2 and 3v3. We have another team that is ready for 1v1 and 2v2 and 3v3, but different players than the first team. Besher, I'm so confused. Man, Twitch chat, you guys are throwing me some really confusing questions today. Can we have two teams from the same clan? You have one team that is ready for 1s, 2s, and 3s, but you have another team that is ready for 1s, 2s, and 3s. I don't understand what you're saying, man. I'm trying. I don't get it. Tell me, please, who funded and is running this tournament, please? Says Mount Lion. In Civic and myself. Are they respectively? Karma says, Johnny. Hello, Karma. Can I 1v3, 1v1, and 1v2 in all events? I suppose you can. Yeah, you take your teammates off the field, and then it's a 1v2 and a 1v3 instead of a 1v4 and a 1v5. Big brain. He's talking about scheduling issues. What scheduling issues? There can't be any scheduling issues. Okay, guys, if you think there's going to be scheduling issues because of the 3 brackets thing, don't worry. No 2 games are going to be played at the same time. The actual tournament, every day of the North American tournament, there will be a 3v3 series, followed by a 2v2 series, followed by a 1v1 series, then that'll be it for the day. I'll show you guys just a quick illustration of what this will look like. I drew it up earlier. Didn't end up using this graphic, but I've got it. I think this is the one. Here we go. So, yeah, we have the 3 brackets here. This is what the tournament will look like. Same teams will be in all the brackets. Well, the same 8 teams. This is a quarterfinal matchup, so you're going to have to imagine that there's 2 teams here, 2 teams here, 2 teams here, 2 teams here. Now, this will be day 1. Day 1 at 1200 PT. Why is it 1200? I mean 12 midday. And this will be day 1 at... You guys understand? This is going to be like the format basically of the final tournament. You get it now? And then day 2 we'll do another match from this round. You understand? And then yeah, day 2 1300, day 2 1400, day 3 at 12 o'clock. So yeah, the 3v3 match of the day will always be at 12 o'clock. And the 2v2 match of the day will always be at 1 o'clock Pacific. And the 1v1 match of the day will always be at 12 2 o'clock Pacific. So yeah, it's like day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and then this is the final day, day 7. It's all best of 7, Epilon. All best of 7. What is PT? You're in the UK. Pacific time is 8 hours behind the UK. So 12 midday Pacific is 20 UK, which would be just 8 o'clock PM. So it'll be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock PM for the UK. Grand finals also best of 7, correct. Yeah, that's how the final thing works. Yeah, all the series will be uploaded to YouTube. There's going to be 2 channels. My main channel, obviously you've all seen that one before, and then there's another channel for the 2v2 and 3v3 videos. We've actually lost subscribers since earlier. I swear last time I clicked that it said 160 subscribers. We've lost 5. Who unsubbed? How dare you? How could you? How did we lose 5 subs? We haven't even had a chance. We didn't get given any chances. Are you seeding the competitors? Yeah, so for the qualifier, the seeding will obviously be based on merit and expectations of the teams, but the 3 brackets for the final tournament will be seeded according to qualifier performance. So if a team qualify for the tournament while winning 100% of their 3v3 games, they're probably going to seed pretty high in the 3v3 bracket. But they might be a really low seed in the 1v1 bracket if they lost all their 1v1 matches in the qualifier. You know what I mean? So we could have the same matchups. Like, it's possible that you have, as an example, I don't even know if these teams are going to qualify. Or, well, SRG are going to participate. I don't know if Vitality are. But it's possible that you have SRG versus Vitality here, and then again you have SRG versus Vitality here. It's possible if the seeding works out that way. But you know, where possible, we'll try to avoid having like one team have to play twice in a row in the tournament. We'll try and get a mix of matches. So like if one of the quarterfinals, you know, if SRG are in this quarterfinal and over here, or you know, we'll try not to put their quarterfinal match in this bracket in the same like slot, or else it will be on the same day. So we'll try and like put it on a different day, you know what I mean? Put it on the other side of the bracket. Now it won't be possible but to spread every team out like that, but we'll do it where we can. Obviously competitive integrity based on like seeding and stuff will take precedent. Can teams exchange players for fun if they want to play with someone else? No. Whoever you sign up with, that is your team for the tournament. Share this spreadsheet. I love this layout. What about it? What is it you love? All I did is color all of the boxes the same color as the little lines that separate them. It's actually just a normal spreadsheet, but see, it would usually look like this. But if you just select everything, if you select all the colors and make it this instead, then the lines disappear. It's just Google Docs. It's just Excel online. But yeah, it's actually just the same as a normal spreadsheet, but I colored it in. If you go too dark, then you can still see the lines. You need to go the second color over, this one. You can't see the lines. It would be better to have the top 2 teams on points have a crew battles match. Nah, you don't need to, mate. You don't have to. If 2 teams finish first equal, then they finish first equal. No need for tiebreakers. How many what is the maximum possible? How many teams can tie in theory? Could you have 6 teams tie? Is that possible? No. No, it can't be possible. No. Like, if the same 2 teams win and come second in every single bracket, then it would be 3, right? Because you'd need 3 other teams to come third, fourth, twice each. So that's the maximum amount of tied teams, I think. 3 teams would all need to come third, fourth, twice each. Because there are only, the 7 points will only be distributed 6 times. So these 7 points only go out 6 times. Rogue should be a favorite in 2v2. Yeah, Turin and First looked really good in 2v2 on my channel the other week. And yeah, I think they're doing well in the tournament right now, yeah. 8-Armed Devil, thanks for the 29-month prime. Welcome back, mate. I appreciate that. Most is 3 because of the numbers you chose. Yeah, that's why I chose these numbers. I mean, there's 2 reasons why I chose these numbers. One of them is because it limits ties, and it makes ties less likely. But secondly, it's because a team who finished second once and finished third/fourth once will beat a team who just come first one time and then don't place in any of the other brackets. Basically, the format will reward more well-rounded teams with more points. So to get to this stage, to get to the stage in the bracket where you earn 7 points, you only need to win once. To get to the 11 point stage, you need to win twice, and to get to the 17 point stage, you need to win 3 times. But yeah, if a team wins once in one bracket and twice in another, they're going to earn more points than a team who win 3 times in one and no times in another. If you guys understand what I mean. Other interesting comparisons are a team who finished third, fourth twice will beat a team who finished second once, but will lose to a team who finished first once. A team who finished first twice will finish ahead of a team who finished second place 3 times. There's, lots of different combinations that work out, I think, quite favorably the way that I wanted them to. Because yeah, I think if you win 2 of the tournaments, you should probably just win the event. If you just straight up win 2 of them, yeah, you win. You win. Even if another team comes second in all of them, I don't think a team who comes second in all 3 brackets should beat a team who win 2 of the brackets and go out in round 1 in the first one, in the other one. I mean, what do you guys think? Which is a more impressive feat? What team do I predict to come second after Round of Vitality wins? I mean, if Round of Vitality win, I would predict Europe. Probably SRG would come second. I think SRG are going to be insane in this. Are we expecting RLCS teams to submit their rosters in both regions? I honestly have no idea. I have no idea. How many points do you get each W? I mean, these are the points right here. That's all you need to know. If you lose a semi-final, you get 7. If you lose a final, you get 11. If you win a final, you get 17. Why is there an option to have a 4th player? Just to allow teams some more flexibility, so it's more fun for them to sign up. More options. But teams don't have to do that. If you sign up with 3 players, then you've got less people to share the prize money between. How many points do you get? Oh, sorry, I'll answer that already. Personally, I feel like teams should be seeded based on total nose mass. I can definitely get behind that. Will I stream a match today? When does it start? No, I won't stream a match today. How big can lineups be? 4 players max. You obviously need at least 3 players to play because there is a 3v3 game in the first game of the qualifier. Well, first game of every series in the qualifier will be 3v3, so you need at least 3. 4 is the max. Teams aren't going to play all 3 brackets consecutively on the same day. Like, it will be 3 different matches between 3 different teams.
Will the nose be gracing us with its magnificent presence for this tourney? Boy Thunk Boy knows.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. Thanks to the 1343 bits, Inspector. That's a really random number. What did that do? It must have done something. Or maybe you just used up all of the remaining bits. I'm not sure. Thanks to the man. Yeah, face cams will be on. Silly RL, thanks to the Prime. Welcome to the stream, mate. Yeah, Vicanis, in answer to your question, obviously every team will have a quarterfinal matchup in every bracket. But no, we will not have, you know, like I said earlier, if this is where SRG are in all of the brackets, we're not going to have this match followed by this match followed by this match on day one and then call it a day. No, we'll have this match, then we'll pick a non-SRG match. Let's say that this is just a... Okay, let's say Dignitas sign up and qualify alongside SRG. Let's say that this is where these teams are in the brackets, okay? So if we do SRG versus Dignitas in the 3v3, for the first match of the day, then the 2v2 match that we stream will probably not be this one or this one, because that would be a repeat. So let's say we'll do this one, and then the 1v1 match that we do will probably not be this or this, because they've already been on the channel. And let's say that this one was Vitality versus I don't know, let's say it was Vitality versus who else is
much love
good. Mouse are pretty good these days. Let's say that this is what the bracket ends up looking like, right? Oh, that was not even close to Vitality. Then we'll probably do SRG versus Dig, and then we could do Vitality versus Mouse. Then we could just do a matchup of the other two teams, or you know, another two teams that are in, like that. So we can switch it up to avoid putting teams on twice in a row. Obviously, you know, putting a team on the 3v3 and then the 1v1 at the end of the day is not as bad as like twice in a row. So basically, we'll try and keep the 2v2 matches different from the ones before and after it. The Scarlet Knave, thanks to the 4-month Prime. Welcome back to you. Much love. And Falchian. I never know whether it's Falchian or Falchian. Thanks to the 12-month Prime. That is a year. Good to hear you excited about the content, man. I am as well. Yeah, it would be pretty hard to do 3 best of 7s in a row for one team. But yeah, I want people to know it is possible for all the brackets to be the exact same. Like for all of the round 1 matchups to be identical. It is possible because they will all be seeded independently. And if the seeding for each of the brackets ends up being exactly the same because somehow by some crazy freak of events the teams ended up being in the exact same order, then yes, the brackets will all be the same in terms of matchups. But that's super unlikely. They'll all be seeded independently. Are all the grand finals on the same day? Yes, they are. Correct. All the grand finals will be on the same day. The 3v3 grand final will be the first match of the day, followed by the 2v2 grand final, followed by the 1v1 grand final. So most of the prize money will still probably be up for grabs going into the last day. In fact, it definitely will all be up for grabs because none of the winners will be determined. How will the qualifier seeds be determined? I've got a seeding committee ready to, first of all, decide which teams are invited to participate. How do you know what teams are in the tournament? Just check out my Twitter. I'm gonna tweet out every time a team gets in. I'm gonna tweet out the roster. I'm glad that Damascus likes the format. Karma replying with, yeah, this is what every time a team gets accepted to like if a team applies to a tournament like Karma. I think Wonder Mike also signed up. Charlotte Phoenix. Maybe they both really wanted to be in it. Then yeah, I'll accept them like this. Let Team Skyline play. Us small people need a chance. We can compete. We are underdogs. It would mean so much to get our name out there. You don't look at us smaller guys' tweets. You're not giving up until the Gerard Twitter gets a response. I think I remember this one actually. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's search Fusion RL. Hold on. Latest. Okay. I swear I saw a tweet from you. He read it? Yeah, I think I did. Hold on. But I've not gotten. I mean, we've got all week to do this, so I've not gotten around to doing it all yet. I mean, this is why I'm telling people to tweet with hashtag FusionRL, so I can search for the hashtag being used and look at applications. If I like a tweet, by the way, that doesn't mean that a team's getting in. That just means I'm just doing that so I know that I've seen it, you know? So I go back and I'm like, okay, clearly I've liked this tweet, so clearly I've looked at this and I've documented it already. That's why I've liked tweets. Looks like this guy forgot his team. He just posted the hashtag. I don't see the tweet. I swear. Yeah, there we go. Wonder Mike tweeted. Wonder Mike Karma Shadow. He also has put himself down for the 1v1. He's got him and Karma for the 2v2. Wonder Mike, star player in the team. And Karma didn't have any of the lineups. Oh, it was just above the Wonder Mike one. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, hold on. There's some drama. I'll see if you guys can spot the drama on the screen here. Can anyone see? Can anyone see the drama? Please, Johnny, no. No, it's fine. It's some funny drama. I'll give you guys a clue. Which team is Joe Hines going to be playing for, guys? Which team is it? He's in both teams. Hey, no. We can't. It might not be him. Maybe people have just done a Gibbs and signed him up for both teams. Maybe this guy was like, I like this player. I'm signing him up. And then Gerard is like, yeah, me too. I'm signing him up as well. But they both want him. But who's he going to choose? Instant disqualification. I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of people are getting mixed up. Rez's is Asu. What do you mean? Arizona State University. Yeah, okay. Asu. It's like Osu with an A. Got it. Also, Arizona State University. Okay. Yeah, 32 teams per region. No, but bro, do you understand what I'm saying? You both wrote him as your team member. He can't be in both teams. How will I choose the teams? It's going to be pretty difficult, but I'm looking forward to the
I have committed to
process.
anything in my life.
Snozbreeze, welcome back for 37 months and a tier 2 as well. I really appreciate that. Thanks for making me your longest commitment. But Gerard, this is a good example, honestly, for what not to do. And I'm not telling you this to roast you or anything. I'm just giving you, like, advice, I guess. Because if you're signing up as players I'm most likely not going to be familiar with, all I have to go off here is your 1700 rating in the game. And you're signing up with someone that another team have also tried to sign up with. With a team that I don't think I've ever heard of before. I don't know any results of these teams. Pick Rez, they're a higher rank. I'm not choosing anybody right now. I just remembered your what do you call it? I just remembered seeing this. I was like, that's quite funny. The both teams right after each other have tried to sign up with the same player. It's hilarious. But yeah, I appreciate you trying to sign up for the tourney, but it's unlikely that you'll be accepted if all that I know about you is that you're 1700 rating. 1700 rating's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. I don't follow Lawler. Wait, where does it say that? Did Lawler tweet at me? I'm really bad for this. I don't really use Twitter for the homepage ever, so I never read tweets. To the right, on the right. Oh yeah, okay. Supposed to follow Lawler. Oh yeah, this guy, demos. Oh my goodness, I don't follow Chicago either. That's okay. Great suggestions there, Twitter. Thank you for those amazing suggestions. Great. Now, what happens now that I followed them? Does anything happen? I have to go to my homepage to know what happens, right? I never do this, though. I never go to my homepage, so I don't... There's really no point in me following someone. Let's see what's happening. I don't care what rule is, but I hate keeping my car locked. Just want to play Rocket League. Cancel me if you must. What is Cole talking about? What is he on about? Did I accept Round of Vitality? Wait, was that actually Round of Vitality's proper application? Get out of here. No way. Until I see an application from Alpha, Fairy, or K-Dop, I don't believe it. If I see K-Dop in that B costume one more time, I'm uninstalling this app. I think K-Dop should call his bluff. I think he should do it. Or no, he just said see K-Dop in the B costume. So yeah, somebody could just post it. There you go. Hopefully someone saw that. But yeah, I never do that. I never really go to my homepage because I don't know, Twitter's kind of random. It's just like I just use notifications and messages, which I'm obviously not going to click on right now. How bad would that have been if I clicked on it? Okay, it wouldn't have been too bad if I'd clicked on messages right there. It would have been fine, actually. It's curious. But yeah, sorry if I don't follow someone. It's nothing personal. I just never actually go to my homepage, so I don't even know who I don't follow. Sometimes I go in little follow sprees. I'm like, oh yeah, that's something you do on Twitter. I'll follow people. Oh, here's a hot take. Can I hire CJ as caster? You like CJ's casting? Who else likes CJ's casting? Me smile. Can I hire Jesse as a caster? Pepe laugh. CJ is a great color caster, aka hilarious AF. Am I doing the casting solo? No, I'm not doing the casting solo. I've got other casters coming on. They're gonna get announced later this week. Jesse kick W, Jesse pog you. Check out Rocket League last tweet. What Rocket League? What, Rocket League Esports or Rocket League? The official Rocket League. Oh, they've decided to do this. Which do you guys think it is? This is the original, but people don't know this because they're stupid. But actually, this is what Rule 1 is. So if you said this in, you're right. If you said this, then you're in the majority, but you're actually wrong. What was the parent comment to this? Oh yeah, not personally overjoyed with the format. We've been outvoted, I know, right? What is this guy on about? To me, I only really care about two $3,500 threes brackets, which have no open qualifiers. Something that could have happened without Psionic's approval.
Hey Johnny Boy _ I love your streams. Keep up the good work.
Man. What on earth are these takes? Oh yes, personally, I'm only interested in 3v3, the purest of the game modes. No time for 1v1 or 2v2, bro. You like the format better than straight up crew battles? I think we'll have to wait and see, right? We'll have to wait and see which one works better. It's going to be cool to see them both, I think. I'm looking forward to both. No one can do it better. Thanks to the 4-month Prime. Welcome back. How you doing, man? Only the purest game mode, indeed. This guy often posts controversial takes. I wouldn't say it's like a controversial take. I think it's just it's just a lie. I don't believe him. I don't believe this at all. I don't believe it. I don't know why. It seems like he's trying too hard to be unsatisfied. I don't believe it. This guy's 100% watching the 1s and the 2s. And the crew battles. He's watching it all. I refuse to believe that he only hears about the 3v3. But also, the 3s contributes to the overall prize pool. So the prize pool for 3s is actually way higher than 3,500. Because it's contributing to the overall standings. What are the crew battles? What do you mean, what are the crew battles? Do you have a spreadsheet with all the teams you've accepted in the qualifier? Yeah, I've got a spreadsheet. I mean, all the teams that have been accepted, you already know about them. If they're accepted, I'll just tweet out that I've accepted them. So just go to my Twitter and look out for the handshakes. These are the teams that are accepted. I think we've accepted 4 teams for North America and 3 for EU so far. Obviously, the teams that get accepted this early will be like extremely obvious picks. Teams that are like borderline getting in or not getting in will probably be accepted on the last day. Or even after. I mean, the sign-ups close on midnight. Basically, when it turns midnight into the morning. So when I wake up on Monday, because for me this time is 8 in the morning on Monday. So when I wake up at 8 in the morning on Monday, all the teams that have been that have signed up, that is the options that we're going to have to choose from, and we'll finalize the bracket and the teams that have been accepted probably on that Monday. So you're not going to know the full brackets and the full teams that have been accepted until after the sign-ups close, because that's when we know who all the teams to choose from are. Please accept one team full of plats so we can prove once and all that ranked is broken. You're actually spot on there. Yummy Cheese Man for caster. You like Yummy Cheese Man's casting? John Dan, you're absolutely you're alright, mate. No problem. Twos adds so much. Most pros stream twos. Twos is like, I mean, when twos is played properly, and by that I mean if you're French or Saudi Arabian, then 2v2 can be extremely interesting. But for everybody else, it's kind of just ball chasing. There's a dispute over me actually being Scottish. I'm not going to show my birth certificate for that, but no, I was born in Livingston, a town in Scotland. And you can believe it if you want. Or not. I don't mind. If NRG don't qualify, can we have Turbo Pulse as caster? Well, all the casters are confirmed, but hey, maybe we'll have guests. I'm not sure. I mean, personally, I'm rooting for Turbo Pulse to qualify. I hope that it would be really cool if NRG pick up a ones player and give it a go. That would be super interesting. OSM says, so if there's 4 players, they can have any 4 player combinations in any of the 3 playlists. Yes. Correct, you can. In fact, OSM, for the 3v3 bracket, let's say you didn't like how your 3v3 match went in the first game, you can sub someone out. If you don't like how your 1v1 match went, or game 1, 2 of the 1v1, if it's not going very well, you can sub out your 1v1 player, put someone else in. I'm allowing adaptation in this. I think it just makes it more enjoyable for the teams if you're not locked in. Because one of the things that crew battles did at BTS, and by the way, I loved crew battles at BTS. Don't take this as me bashing it. I think that I learned a lot from watching crew battles at BTS, and one of the things I did learn was that it was kind of demoralizing to watch a player have just know that they have to play a matchup over and over again and probably get completely destroyed every single time they play it. I think one that I remember was Fairy Peak versus Violent Panda in 1v1, because whoever picked Violent Panda for their team didn't pick a 1v1 player at all. So they just asked Panda, hey, will you play the ones? And he was like, sure, because that made their 2v2 and 3v3 teams really good. And yeah, he just got clapped by Fairy Peak in the first game, and then he knew that he had to play it again, and he went up to play it again. You're just like, oh man, this poor guy, he just got destroyed and he has to go play again. It's just a disaster. I don't want that to be something that players and teams are afraid of. I think it's a lot more interesting if they have the adaptability or the option to adapt to that situation. It was funny though. I mean, yeah, it was funny, but that's why I say I didn't hate it at all. I really enjoyed the BTS crew battles, but I want this to be more of a strategical competitive event, and it's not competitive if one player is just getting absolutely destroyed. it's just a beating. So we're going to try and avoid that as much as possible. I mean, hey, you might just have a player clap one player and then the other team sends someone else out and that player gets clapped as well, but I think that's more interesting than watching the same player get clapped every game. I don't know if you guys would agree, but for me, I think it just makes this more interesting if we allow the substitutions. Yeah, it's all best of 7s. Yes, Grim Darkling, precisely. A 1v1 player could sweep an entire enemy team if they send out one. I mean, they don't have to. They could send out the same player to lose every single game. But if they send out one player to lose or they send out a different player to lose every game, that's possible.
3.
Make it so that people have to lock in their player for the game, so we don't get A player swapping for B player, then X player swaps their mate for Y, back and forth because A beats X, Y beats B. Well, actually, the way that it's going to be is if a team wants to change a player between game 1 and 2. So for game 1 of a series, I mean, let me just walk you guys through this. So, okay, in the qualifier, the first one's pretty straightforward. Both teams just send out 3 players, but they have to tell the admin who their 3 players are going to be for this game. So there will be an admin in the game, and you know, the teams, if they have 4 players in the roster, will have to say, okay, this is what our 3 players are going to be, and then they play with those 3 players for that game. Then before game 2 starts, again, they have to write to the admin what their team is going to be for game 2. That way, you're not going to have situations where one team are waiting to see who the other team send out so they can counter them by sending their player in really late. No, it's going to be like they're going to have to choose. And then for the 1v1 again, game 3 of the qualifier, they're going to have to choose. They're going to have to write to the admin, okay, this is our 1v1 player, send him out. And then, oh no, okay, the other team picked a bad matchup for us, too bad, you're stuck with it now. But then for game 4, the team that are losing, they get to choose the matchup, and then they obviously tell the other team what the matchup is. Both teams send their player of choice in text to the admin, and then they play with that player or those players if it's a multiplayer game mode. Do you guys understand what I mean? It's basically, there's no counter picking. That's not going to be a thing. No team is going to like get to send their player out second. It's going to be all predetermined. Turbo Pulse, I choose you. Only predictive counterpicking. Yes, you can do predictive counterpicking, but there's no reactive counterpicking. Or else it would just get kind of silly, like teams waiting for the other team to join first and players waiting for the other player to join first so they can see who it's going to be. Like, nah, come on. We're not going to make this into a contest of who can join the lobby the latest. That's just silly. Like, we're going to just have players send to the admin, okay, this is who we're going to play with. The teams are going to send a message to the admin to say, like, what their lineup's going to be for that game, and they're going to play that game out. But yeah, for the tournament, game 1 of the 1v1 bracket, for example, like game 1 of a series in the 1v1 bracket, both teams have to send a message to the admin to say who's going to be playing, and the other team won't know who it is until the game starts and both players join. Then that's when you find out, okay, the other team are sending out this guy. Nobody's going to know until that moment. Then after that game, if a team wants to change their player, they send a message to the admin saying what player they're going to change to. If they don't want to change their player, they just don't send a message. It's assumed, and it's only allowed if you don't inform the admin that you're going to change player between games, then you're not allowed to change. It's actually had so many potential tactics. That's why I'm interested about it. Yeah.
Hi Johnny, got the awesome news from YouTube. I like that there is no tiebreaker. I was wondering where are tie games in Rocket League? Why not have a best of 6 series with a draw as possibility? Just
like Premier League football. Yeah, I don't see any issues with teams drawing in the overall standings. I mean, if 2 teams finish first equal overall, to me that's fine. I'm like, we have 2 champions. I don't really mind. Joint first, You could do that at the Olympics. There's sometimes you'll have a joint first, like 2 gold medals, 2 people win. That can happen, right? It can happen in the high jump, for example, when 2 people clear a jump on the first try, and then they fail the next one. They both get a gold medal, right? Pretty sure it's a thing. Namdurin, thanks to the 3-month tier 1, by the way, and also Landmarker, with the 14-month prime, welcome back. Most Fatal Turtle, thanks to the brand new prime, welcome buddy. Hibsarel says, what do you have to do to be accepted to the tournament? Well, it's a little bit of an, I guess it depends. I mean, if you're a team with lots of players that have been successful in tournaments like RLCS, Spring Series, like other recent, big events like the European Invitational, lands at the latter end of 2019. Obviously, this contains 2v2 and 1v1 as well, so players who do well on my channel in ones are going to be pulling a bit more weight than players who don't. 2v2, like ranked gods, because there aren't that many 2v2 tournaments, so we just have to go based on ranked for that one. Just like, you gotta just have players that are good in these 3 game modes, basically. But yeah, for players who, or teams who don't have like RLCS players in their team, or 1v1 beasts in their team, it's still possible that they can get in if if they just compare better against the other bubble teams that sign up, I guess. How busy would you say you are day to day doing Rocket League related things? It really depends. So previous results play a pretty large part. Yeah, entirely. It's going to be entirely based on like merit. So nobody's going to get in because they're friend of a guy who knows a guy who's married to the president of Psionics or something. It doesn't work like that. It's not that kind of tournament where you're just going to get in because you have a load of followers on Twitter. It's all about results pretty much. But like I said, because 2v2 is just as much of a part of this tournament as 1s and 3s, and there really isn't that much 2v2 competition in Rocket League, that one will be a bit more based on theory, I suppose, than 3v3 and 1v1, which are a lot more results based, because 3v3 there's so many tournaments to base your like power rankings for 3s on, and 1v1 you can make a pretty good list of who the top tier 1v1 players are, then the next tier after that, just because of my content. Luckily, the best 2v2 players just tend to be the same players who are good at 1v1 and 2v2. Like the thing about, or 1v1 and 3v3 I should say, the thing about 2v2 is there are 1v1 players who are really good at it, and there are 3v3 players who are really good at it, but there's rarely are you going to find someone who's good at 2v2 who isn't good at one of the other game modes. Because it's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Players are either good at 1s or 3s a lot of the time. Sometimes both, but very often they'll be good at 1s or 3s. But no matter what, they're almost universally always good at 2s. Everybody's just good at 2s. So yeah, I guess it'll be mostly based on 3s and 1s, just because they're the matchups with the most results. Yeah, the teams will be definitely interesting to see. It just depends who signs up. I mean, if no RLCS teams sign up, then it's much easier for other teams to get in. If no 1v1, if no teams manage to snap up like 1v1 monsters, then it's going to be easier to get in. It really just does depend on who signs up. Now, if I do miss a sign up, because the way that I'm doing this is obviously the hashtag Fusion is being used, so I can't use my notifications because sometimes, I mean, this notifications come through, but some of them, oh, it looks like Sonics have signed up. I'll go after my stream and catch up with these. But if I type hashtag Fusion RL into here, and then I just search, have I been this somehow? There we go. So if I search hashtag Fusion and then go sort by latest, and then I just scroll down until I see a little, yeah, see, I've done this one because I've liked it. So everything above this I haven't seen yet. So yeah, that's basically how I'm trying to keep up with it. Now at some point, one of them, like, I do get a lot of hashtags, or there's a lot of people using this hashtag. So if some of them slip through without getting seen, this one it was just a repeat application. Some of them are, a lot of them are repeats. Some of them are just like, I don't even know what, like, if people can't even put together like a proper application on Twitter, I'm like, ignore, you know. They could try again later maybe, but I'm not going to write that down. Vitality can't sign up with Gibbs because he's an NA player, correct? I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't think about it. I didn't think that one through. I didn't think Gibbs was going to sign up with Vitality. He caught me off guard there. But yeah, if I miss it, then or if I haven't liked your application tweet, it means one of two things. Either you are just no chance of getting in. Sorry to say, there will be a few that I just skip because I'll mouse over the first guy's profile and it'll say Champ 1 player, aspiring Grand Champ, and I'm like, okay, next. Like, obviously I'm going to scroll past that. What's the point? Like the team, they're not getting in, obviously. So if I haven't liked the tweet, it could be for that reason, or it could just be because I haven't reached it yet. But if you think that it's been a while, like if you think, okay, now listen, my team, we're all 2K rating, we're all rank X, one of our players is top 10 in 1v1, and Johnny Boy still hasn't liked our application tweet, then I might just have missed it. If it's been a while, I might just have missed it. You could try doing it again. But you've got to be honest with yourselves, guys. Like, just if you're just like some almost Grand Champ players, you're not going to get in. Just stop applying. It's not going to work. Okay, guys, listen. I will sooner reduce the number of teams in the qualifier than put teams into the qualifier who I think have no chance of making it. Rank A players? Yeah, rank A players, that's definitely an achievement. So I just said rank X as like a example. You know, like if you think that your team are legit, then and I haven't liked the tweet, then I probably haven't seen it. Tweeted asking about the YouTube uploading. Would it be possible for you to upload the whole series in the second channel rather than having to swap between channel 1 and 2 depending on what game it is? Well, I think you might have misunderstood. I am uploading the whole series, or a whole series, on my main channel. The way that it's going to work is that the second channel is going to be for the 2v2 and the 3v3 matches. So every day of the tournament will start off with a 3v3 match, followed by a 2v2 match, followed by a 1v1 match. The 3s and the 2s are going to go on the second YouTube channel that you can find here. Bam! We're climbing. 179. I don't know why this is a big F right here. I don't know what YouTube's trying to tell me. It should be the logo. I'm pretty sure we changed that to the logo earlier today, but hey, doesn't matter. We're gonna put all the we're gonna put all the 2s and 3s matches here for people to see, just to archive them, you know, just to have somewhere for them to be. I'm not expecting this channel to pop off too hard, but it's fine. It's not an issue. And yeah, the main channel, my main YouTube channel, will be for the 1v1 videos because they're more. My YouTube's more used to seeing those. You're gonna be getting a Rocket League admin game from Silex. I hope so. Don't understand the need to have 2 channels. You need the content for the main channel. Boost those numbers. Well, it doesn't actually boost the numbers because I don't want to be delaying uploads. There's 2 ways that I could do that, King Spectre. One of them is if we stuck to my usual upload schedule of 1 video a day, or you know, that's what I try to do. But the most I ever upload is 1 video a day on a good week. Good month, we'll have 1 video a day. Now, if I have 3 matches a day on Twitch, and I have to upload them 1 video a day at a time on YouTube, the final match is going to be up like a month after it actually happened on Twitch, which isn't good enough in my opinion. It has to be up on YouTube sooner than that. And the other issue is if I upload all 3 matches to YouTube, then there's no way. It's just too much content. YouTube viewers don't watch that much of my content. I've tested it in the past. When I upload more than 1 video a day, both of the videos will just get less views than usual. Like if I just deleted one of those videos and uploaded one of them, or if I just had never uploaded one of those videos and I just uploaded one, it would have probably got the same views as both of them got combined. Because it's just better to have 1 video. It also kind of, the way that the YouTube algorithm seems to work right now is if I upload 1 video, then 6 hours later I upload a second one. As soon as I upload that second one, it will kill the views of my first video entirely. It just stops getting recommended by the YouTube algorithm, which is kind of silly. So we have to try and work around that. What about cross-region teams? For example, Middle East players and Europe players, 1 South America and North America. Would that work out? Yeah, that's fine. Will all the matches be on YouTube even the qualifiers? We'll watch all of your content. All the qualifier matches I stream will be on one of the YouTube channels, yeah. But some of the qualifier matches will be streamed by other casters who are casting the event. They're going to be announced later this week. And yeah, that's going to be their content. If they want to put it on their YouTube channels, they can. No, not that. No, not that. Our Nuo. No. No. In well, in the qualifier, like, I'll just, like, let's say that I end up streaming 5 qualifier series in one day. Now the qualifier is on May 21st, 22nd. Let's say that I stream let's say I stream 3 matches from this, and then the same day I stream 3 from this, then I stream 3 from this, 3 from this. That's 12 matches from the qualifiers on May 22nd, 21st. The tournament itself it starts on 25th, which is only like a couple days later. Obviously I can't squash all those videos I just streamed on my main channel in a 2-day window. So maybe the best ones will go in the main channel. I'll just grab the 2 best qualifier matches that I streamed, put them in the main channel. I'll put everything else that I streamed on the second channel. Then when it gets to the actual tournament, every day there will be a 3v3 followed by a 2v2 followed by a 1v1. The 3v3 and the 2v2 series. Notice this is not the when I said 3v3, 2v2, 1v1, you probably think this: game 1, game 2, game 3. I'm talking series. There's 3 brackets. The 3v3 series from the 3v3 bracket will go on the second channel. Same with the 2v2 series from the 2v2 bracket. Then the 1v1 series will go on the main channel. Does that make sense? I'm streaming every match of the finals. I'm streaming every match of the tournament. Yes, I'm streaming every single tournament match. It's only the qualifier matches that I'm not streaming. Well, some of them off. I don't know, don't worry about it. I'll see you later. Yeah, the qualifier is double elim, but it doesn't go all the way. It stops after, like, if you win an upper quarterfinal, you're qualified. There are no upper semifinals, upper finals. It stops at upper quarterfinals for the actual qualifier. So if you win an upper quarterfinal or a lower quarterfinal, you're just straight up qualified to the tournament. Why are there not any of the top teams, Vitality, Dignitas, Energy, G2 accepted yet? Have they just not finalized their roster? I mean, I'm not sure if any of them are, if any or all of them are gonna apply. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. If any of those teams apply, I'll accept them on the spot, because obviously they deserve a spot in the qualifier. It's a no-brainer. Any RLCS team I'll accept on the spot if they apply. But they still have to apply the same way as other teams do. Because it's just, it's about consistency at this point, you know? Like, every team is gonna tweet their applications. And then I'm gonna retweet them if they're accepted, so that everybody can see. It's all public. Everybody can see who's getting in. Are content creators going to be able to sign up like Scuff Station Gaming, for example? Well, they can, but they're not going to get in based on how many subs they have on YouTube. If I think that they're one of the 32 best teams that applied, then I'll accept them. But if they're not, I won't. Oh, wow, it's 7 minutes past 3 in the morning. I'm gonna head off pretty soon. In fact, I should probably go right now. I think I answered most of the questions that people had to ask, but yeah, we can talk more about Fusion tomorrow as well. I'm sure I'll be live again. Should be, unless I'm super busy with this, but I think I should be live. I think I'll be fine.